Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Saturday. How's everybody's day going? How's everybody's weekend going? Hopefully you all had a good 4th. Hopefully you all got to watch some fireworks. Hopefully you all still have your fingers intact. Hopefully nobody lost their fingers because we know that happens every year. But what is going on, everyone? Shout out to the folks in the chat. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. We got the second game of the series between the Yankees and Mets in the Subway Series showdown at Citi Field. Yankees lost a freaking heartbreaker yesterday, but it's been the story as of late, with the New York Yankees. Leading up to today's game, 6-15 in their last 21 games. Pretty atrocious. The offense has been showing some life, but still missing in some clutch moments. Pitching hasn't been great. It's like I discussed yesterday in the post game. Marcus Stroman, for what it's worth, did his job, kept the team in the game. He did exactly what he was supposed to do, but the bullpen has been a letdown. The bullpen has not been able to protect the lead. Even with the Yankees trailing by 1 run, the bullpen tends to give it back. And teams are finding ways. And this is where, in some of these instances, the team is beating themselves. The New York Yankees are absolutely beating themselves, and it's sad, really. But there needs to be improvement to the bullpen. The bullpen absolutely needs to get addressed. I know a lot of fans are calling for major moves to happen right now. And if it does, I'd be shocked. If those major moves did happen, what would those major moves be? That's the question. I, for one, don't see, the Yankees making any major moves right now. I think they're just going to try and ride this out until the All-Star break, and then after the All-Star break, we'll just have to wait and see. So we'll find out. But the Yankees, however, they did sign Joel Kuhnel, who's a relief pitcher. So that was posted on X by Gary Phillips. The Yankees signed right-handed pitcher Joel Kuhnel to a minor league contract. He had a 3.62 ERA and a 66.3 ground ball rate percentage for the Phillies AAA affiliate this season. He's got a 5.86 ERA over 82 big league games since 2019. What does this mean? Does he get called up at some point? Does he, is he going to be another fresh arm to be called up to the pen? I don't know. But you do find that the Yankees do typically do stuff like this around this time of year where they'll make like small moves, nothing major. Maybe it's a move that is going to be set up for another move later. I'm not sure. And my friend Brad, I don't know if he's in the chat, but he just sent me this video on X.
Clark's MRI.
And I'm looking at this video from SNY.
So he's going to have to probably have surgery.
Dang. All right.
Likely Tommy John surgery. He's kind of getting second opinions and things now, but not great news on that front, obviously. So we'll see, what goes on here in the next couple of days.
So, yeah, I just watched that video from Boone. Boone was just talking with the media, and it sounds like, unfortunately, the Clark Schmidt is more than likely having Tommy John surgery. Clark Schmidt. So there you have it, folks. There you have it. Clark Schmidt, Tommy John surgery, which was the one thing a lot of us were worried about with the forearm tightness. So he's going to get second opinions, but I'm not relying on these second opinions. It sounds like his season is over. And it's sad. The pitching staff, once again, taking a beating, taking a beating. So what did the Yankees do here? Do they call up Cam Schlittler? Do they go out and explore the starting pitching market? What is it that they do? I know they were talking about maybe Cam Schlittler potentially being called up. But is it going to happen? We'll just have to wait and see. But Yankees need to act now. They're short now. I mean, on the start and the pitching rotation, it sucks too because Schmidt was actually not having a bad season. I mean, he had some hiccups, sure, but he was actually pitching well. But this is another blow to the rotation. And here we are. Now let's check these comments. Let me say what's up real quick. Let me say what's up to the folks in the chat. I didn't say what's up to the folks in the chat. I do apologize, but I just needed to get some things off my chest and share some things with all of you. So let me say what's up to the folks in the chat real quick. Desiree, first in the building. How are you? Katie, what is up? Petruzzi, what is up? Patrick, what is going on? Montauk, what is up? Jacob Frederick, which shout out to Jacob Frederick. He has become a YouTube member. He has become a member of the Strike Zone. Thank you so much, Jacob. You are the man. Also adds here, NFP, I just had to buy a membership so my membership doesn't expire. Happy late for my Guardians. Lost 7 games in a row. Yeah, tough stretch for the boys. Tough stretch for the Yankees. It sounds like both of our teams are sucking at the moment. We got Lore. What up, Lore? What's up, Acevedo? Who else we got in the chat? What up, Jonathan? We got Perky Sanderson, Hall of Fame. What is up? Christopher Cancel's in the building. What is up? Brian Fleury. What is up? Brian, the answer to your question, go ask Hal Steinbrenner. That's how I'm gonna answer that question. Go ask Hal. I don't know. Shia. Shout out to my man Ace. Yo, what up, man? Yeah, well, the Yankees should have won yesterday. The Yankees should have won a few games this week. Yeah, bad news for Clark. Yeah, I just talked about it, dude. Tommy John surgery on the horizon. He's going to get second opinions, but I'm not relying on those second opinions. I'm really not. I am not relying on those second opinions. So what do the Yankees do from here? They're going to have to, again, they talked about potentially calling up Schlittler. I mean, I know he's been pitching quite well in down there in the minors. I mean, is it going to turn into anything? I don't know. But things are truly unraveling here for the Yankees. They're starting to fall apart. I mean, unfortunately, with injuries, you can't predict injuries. If you're able to predict injuries, let me know because I want that job. But yeah, this is just like getting from bad to worse, man. With this Clark Schmidt news, and I think a lot of us had that feeling that he might need Tommy John. And Ali says it's looking really scary for the Yankees. Yeah, it is. It is looking scary for the Yankees, no doubt. What's up, Barbara? How's it going? Good to see you. I appreciate you. Thank you. And make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe if you're new. I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's continue growing this channel out. But not the news we wanted to hear. Okay. I got to read this from Christopher. You're one of the people I like. Well, I appreciate it. I'll give you my reason why this Subway Series is, quote, deeply personal for me. A lot of Yankees fans say it's been too long since you guys won a World Series title, waiting since 1986. At least you guys got to see winning championships. As a Mets fan, I'm due for one. That is, listen, I understand where you're coming from, but you have to understand with most of the fan base, it's a World Series or a bust. And this was something that Derek Jeter has said in the past, right? We all know that. And this is something that the fans have grown to, right? Because the Yankees have won so many World Series. And I know over these last 16 years, they haven't won nothing. For the Mets, it's been, if they don't win this year, it'll be year 39. 86 was the year I was born in. So they haven't won a World Series since the year I was born. But for Yankees fans, though, it's not that simple, Christopher. I understand. I understand where you're coming from, but it's World Series or bust. That's just the way it is with the fan base. That's just the way it is with the organization, even if it doesn't seem that way. And Perky Sanderson says, Yankee fan for life. It is World Series or bust every single year. It is. It is. It's not, some fans may just settle with, hey, at least we made it to the postseason. But if they don't win the World Series, it's a failed year. It's a failed season. Well, all teams should have that mentality. Izzy Devo, what up? Like number 12. I haven't seen you in a while. What's up, Izzy? I mean, all teams should have that mentality. I'm sure all teams do have that mentality. One would hope. But we sometimes the obvious is the obvious. We know what teams are going to make it to the postseason, what teams aren't going to, and some teams we don't expect, and they're an absolute surprise. Christopher, I understand. I mean, yeah, I've gotten to see some World Series as I was growing up. It was great years. But again, the Yankees fan base is not going to buy into what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're trying to say, but the Yankees fan base is not going to buy into it. It's just the way it is. It's World Series or bust, man. Try explaining that to the rest of the Yankee fan base. See what kind of answer you get, because they'll let you know, man. Yeah, Schmidt's gonna get TJS there, YOLO. Yeah, I just talked about it. Oh my God, yeah. Last time the Yankees won, you were in first grade. Dang, you're young, bro. Bryce says the deadline better be good. Man, this needs to be a sense of urgency. I understand your rivalry. I get that, but again, you got to go explain that to the rest of the fan base, because they'll tell you the same thing, that it's World Series or bust. All right. But anyway, we could talk about how sad we are. We could talk about how badly this team is playing. We already know that they're on a 5-game losing streak. They're basically third place in the AL East. So first place is not a thing as of right now. Can they retain that? Who knows? But I'm going to talk about the Yankees lineup tonight. It's funny because I made a post on X. I said, you would think the Yankees could win today's game with Carlos Rodon on the mound, and tomorrow with Max Fried. But lately, ... insert your answer here. Clark Schmidt's going to probably need Tommy John surgery. He's going to seek second opinions, but it doesn't matter. Okay, that's the last 6 outings, but his ERA for Sandy Alcantara there, Acevedo, still a 4-8 record with an ERA over 7. So, I mean, if you find that okay, then I don't know what to tell you there, man, because I don't like high ERAs. Yeah, well, let's talk about the lineup because I'm already seeing the Dominguez stuff and I'm in agreement with this. But here we go, folks. So Trent Grisham leading things off, playing center field. We have Aaron Judge playing right field. He'll be batting second. Cody Bellinger is playing first base today, so he'll be batting third. Ben Rice will be DHing. Jazz Chisholm Jr. will be batting fifth. He'll be playing third base. The Martian, Jason Dominguez, batting sixth. He should be batting leadoff, but at least he's playing today, right? Anthony Volpe batting seventh. He'll be playing shortstop. Austin Wells is at the dish. He'll be batting eighth. Oswald Peraza batting ninth, playing second base. On the mound today, it is Carlos Rodon on the mound, left-handed pitcher. So let me know what your thoughts are. But, Dominguez, at least he's playing, right? I mean, after a phenomenal performance yesterday, but he should be leading off. To me, he has proven that he can hit. I know a lot. There were some folks out there that were saying that Dominguez should be the leadoff hitter come opening day. For me, it was I need this guy to prove himself and show that he can consistently hit, and he has shown that he can consistently hit. And he should be the leadoff guy. It's as simple as that. Batting average better than I expected. I like it, right? I like what this guy is doing. So, he should be the leadoff guy. It's as simple as that. He could get on base. He could steal. He could hit. He could do all of that. He could do everything. This guy should be leading off, right? Judge should always be at the 3 spot. The 7 through 9 makes me nervous. Is he? That's what I'm saying. I think I think he should be batting. I think he should be batting leadoff. Absolutely. And Doran, what's up? He says Jason hitting ahead of Judge. Yes. Or Judge batting third. I like Judge batting third. Astros to sign Hector Neris. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, you should have Dominguez at the leadoff spot. I don't understand why he's not leading off. He should absolutely be leading off. It should not be Grisham. And Dog 2233 says people can trash team like the Blue Jays for the lack of run differential, but they are 26-3 in the game, separated by 2 runs or less. Yankees are 16-26. This team needs to they need to step it up. Tommy John surgery for Schmidt. He's going to seek second opinions, but I am not going to depend on those second opinions. What's your question, Shua? What is your question? Go ahead and post your question. Well, he's not past his prime. It's just I don't think he's not the guy for the Yankees. I like Peraza's defense, but his bat stinks. Yeah, pretty concerning there, Doran. Is he Devo? I don't know, bro. I don't understand it. I really don't. Like this dude should be batting leadoff. He belongs at the leadoff spot. He has proven himself, right? He has I said in the offseason many times, 250 batting average, 20 home runs. I totally would accept that, but he's hitting above 270 right now. He's got 8 home runs. What's up there, Steve? Peraza never had a prime. Yeah. Dominguez is the guy to lead off. I mean, like I said, he has proven himself, which is what I wanted to see. And now he should lead off. I don't know why the Rockies released Jacob Stalling. Yeah, Steve. I mean, he might get called up. There's a possibility. What starter out there would you go after as a Schmidt replacement at the deadline? I would. I mean, there's names out there, but I feel like it's going to be limited. I know what bullpen arms I want as far as starters. JB's in the chat. He says, took the Orioles to fire high to get a consistent lineup every day. This combo sounds like O's fans early in their season. Well, what's up there, Miss 1000? Margaret's in the building. What is up? Do I think Volpe could turn it around? I'm not. I don't have much faith. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't. And honestly, I don't see the Yankees getting a starter. If you want me to be honest with you there, dog. I don't. Because they're going to have Luis Hill coming back at some point. And, they might use one of their guys from the farm. For some reason, I just don't see these guys getting a rookie or a starting pitcher at the deadline. I mean, maybe a Merrill Kelly. Do they make a move for Merrill Kelly? I think he would purely be a rental. Maybe a guy like him. Yeah, he would be a rental. He would strictly be a rental. Maybe the Yankees could look into him. Oh, Yarbrough. Yeah, Yarbrough is another one. Yarbrough is another guy that, I don't know when he'll be back, but at some point he'll be back. Yeah, Margaret, I didn't agree with that call to put Luke Weaver. They should have stuck with Tim Hill or bring in Scott Effross, since Scott Effross was a fresh arm. Yeah, Barbara, I hear you. Yeah, Merrill Kelly or Zach Gallen. I mean, those would be the two names. Zach Gallen, I think he's also a rental as well. Yeah, both of those guys are rentals. Because both Kelly and Merrill and Gallen are going to be free agents after the season. Yeah, the ask for a rental is going to be insane, but again, I think Yankees' options for starting, if they try to acquire a starting pitcher, is going to be limited. He is, Doran. He is, no doubt. I mean, Gallen really is. But again, if it's not him, I'd say Merrill Kelly. But that's the lineup, folks. That's what we got. And unfortunate Clark Schmidt news. No, he's not. I'm not on the Alcantara train. I mean, okay, last 7 games, 2-1 record. Right? You look at the last 30 games, he's 4-8. I mean, his ERA right now is it's over 7. And yeah, the Marlins are going to ask for a king's ransom. They're going to. And I'm not. Yeah, his 2025 season, I'm not liking it. Yeah, Jones and Lombard. No, I'll pass on that. I'm good. I'm not giving up Jones and Lombard. I wouldn't even give up one of them. Sorry. Luis Castillo. I mean, because the Mariners are regretting that contract, and They have to eat that contract. I don't want the Yankees taking on that contract. At least not all of it, because he's getting paid $24 million, and he's not a free agent until 2029. And let's see his stats, because we know if the Yankees were to get this guy, were to trade for him, right? Assuming that the Yankees are looking into a guy like him, they're probably gonna they might try and ask for a king's ransom too. I mean, his season right now, 4-5 with a 3.55 ERA. ERA could be better. Record could be better. Las Diaz is the home plate umpire for the Mets game. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, it is going to be through the roof because pitching comes at a premium. Pitching comes at a premium. We all know that. When it comes to pitching, because that's something that teams are always going to aim for, that will always come at a premium. I assume so, Jacob. I assume so. Yeah, second Tommy John for Schmidt, man. But folks, go ahead and drop your predictions for Carlos Rodon. What is Carlos Rodon doing today? Let me know. Drop your predictions. How many innings? How many strikeouts? How many walks? How many innings does he pitch? How many runs does he give up? Let's start with our predictions for Carlos Rodon. Let me know in the chat. Another good outing, no run support. What do you got though? What's your prediction? So Mets lineup is Marte, Lindor, Soto, Alonso, Nimmo, Vientos, Torrens, McNeil, Taylor, and Montas is your starting pitcher. So Cadiza's going 6 2/3, a run and 3 walks. How many strikeouts? Oh, we know Schmidt is gone. We already talked about it. I already talked about it at hand. Barber Trujillo is going 7 innings, 7 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Okay. JD Belly Judge is our first 3 hitters. Sign me up for that, Steve. Cadiza's going 7 strikeouts. Okay, she's adding 7 strikeouts. Acevedo's going 5 2/3, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 earned run. I was thinking about 5 2/3 or 6 innings for Carlos Rodon. Oh! I see what you're saying there, Doran. Yes. I see what you're saying. Schmidt was having, like I said, a good season. He actually looked really good in some of these games or in a lot of these games. You know, he had some rough outings, but you know, for the most part, though, he hasn't looked too bad. But yeah, I know he was having a hard time recovering from starts, and yeah, health, man. The health is a big thing, and some players, they just can't stay healthy, and it's not just a Yankees thing. There's players out there historically that just cannot stay healthy to save their lives, and it's sad, really. But I like him. I do like Clark Schmidt. You know, it is a shame. It is a shame. But let's see some more Carlos Rodon predictions, and then if not, we'll move on to the next prediction. Devo is going 6 innings, 4 runs, 3 earned, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. He gives up 7 hits. Okay. Yeah, my Carlos Rodon prediction: Lombard, Jones, Hess, and Arias for Paul Skeens. I mean, I guess we're gonna gut the farm now. After a lot of complaints from fans and saying that the Yankees farm, they don't utilize guys from the farm. I like Paul Skeens, but I I think it's going to take a lot more, man. Yeah, the Pirates would ask for a king's ransom for those guys. Yeah, yeah, no doubt, Doran. I mean, there's Yankees have some good players in their farm. They do. They got a good farm. It's not the best though. There's other teams that could probably outdo them in the trade. And opposing teams are always trying to fleece the Yankees. That's just the way it goes. So, my prediction for Carlos Rodon, I think he's going to go 6 innings. I think he'll be good for 5 strikeouts as well. 5 strikeouts. I'll say, I don't know why, but I'm going to say 4 walks. Don't ask me why, but 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, and I think he'll give up 3 runs. Yeah, we talked about it, Petruzzi. We talked about it. It's unfortunate. So yeah, I'm gonna give him. Yeah, I'm giving him. I'll give him 6 innings, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, and I think he gives up 3 runs today. So that's my prediction for Carlos Rodon. All right. In terms of double plays, how many double plays did the Yankees hit into? How many double plays for the Yankees? How many double plays did they hit into? Let me know in the chat real quick. Volpe hits into a double play. That's it. So Doran is going 1. So he's going 1 double play. Yeah, I got the Yankees hitting into 2 double plays. That's what I think. What other double play calls? The wife says none. I'm saying 2. I'm going to say 2 double plays. Is what I think. Yes, I am. I'm doing a play-by-play for today's game. Yeah, probably, Doran. Probably. And just looking at the poll real quick, it looks like we got 29 votes, and 59% of you say that you believe the losing streak will end today. I hope. You got 2 double plays there, Devo? Okay. I like 2 double plays. That's what I'm thinking. Wow. Dang, Doran. That hurts. All right. Any any home run calls today? We saw 3 yesterday, or well, 4. 2 from Dominguez, 1 from Judge, 1 from Bellinger. What do we got for home run calls? What do we got, folks? Remember, Frankie Montas is on the mound. I'm always going to include Judge. I'll say Judge. I'm going to say Jazz Chisholm Jr. Judge, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Ben Rice. Judge, Ben Rice, Chisholm Jr., and you know what? I'm going to say Dominguez as well. Rice, Judge, and Volpe from Doran. Okay. Judge and Jazz from Barbara. I don't know the exact date, but it's been a while. No, I got you, Doran. I got you. But what other home run predictions do you all have? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, I think his last home run was it was a couple of weeks ago, June 24th. Yeah, it was against the Reds. Now I remember. Possible, Chua. Jazz homers today. I love to see a Jazz homer. I love to see a Jazz Chisholm homer. We predict that Jason will lead off tomorrow, get 2 home runs, 4 hits, and then have a scheduled off day. Well, they do have an off day on Monday. Steve is adding 6 innings, 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Yanks win 6-3. Okay. Yeah, score prediction for me, and I want to see everybody else's score prediction. Then 2 off days. Yeah, my score prediction for today, and I'm going to say this goes either way. I'm going to say this is going to be a 7-5 game, and either Yankees or Mets. 7-5. That's how this game is going to end. Doran says 12-4. They put up 12 runs. Oh, that'd be amazing. I don't see it, but that would be amazing. But 7-5, and it goes either way. That's what I think. 6-4 from Barbara. Okay. The wife says Peraza gets on base today. That's a good. That's a bold prediction. You want to try time travel machine to restart the season? Well, if you let me know, man, if you know about this time travel machine. Mets play Orioles on Tuesday night. Orioles are going to have a little bit of a tough time, unless if they try to give them a hard time. Christopher is going 8-6. Yeah, like I said, I'm going 7-5 on this. What's up, Beagle? How's it going, dude? There you go, Doran. All right, John's doing fabulous. Well, that's good. 6-5 score prediction. So 6-5 by Izzy. Boy, I hope the Yankees are able to break this losing streak. I really do. Yeah, I feel you. Zenley is going 11-8. I got you there, Beagle. Roy Batty, what's up? I think it's my first time seeing you. If so, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Mets have 3 injured starting pitchers. What's going on with the Yankees IL? Well, Clark Schmidt is more than, I'm going to say he's done for the season. He's getting Tommy John. Luis Hill, he'll be having rehab starts next week. I would expect him to be back in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Clark Schmidt's out for the season. So, or not, yeah, Clark Schmidt's out. Garrett Cole, is out. So, Ryan Yarbrough is also hurt. Their relief pitcher, Fernando Cruz, is also hurt. So, quite a few guys on the IL, quite a few guys on the IL for their pitching. So, Yankees pitching taking a little bit of a beating right now. No, Roy, it wasn't always like this with injuries, man. I think what it is now, I think these pitchers they're making these guys throw the ball harder, right? It's just about throwing the ball hard. That seems to be the thing. And the arm, as it is, when these guys pitch, the motion and the movement on the arm, it's already not a normal motion. Your arm is not supposed to move that way. But now they're having these guys throw harder, right? And I feel like it's really ruining them. The recovery in between starts is not great. I don't know. These starting pitchers are not built like the pitchers of the past, where in the past you used to see these guys go out and pitch complete games. And I think there's a lot of things contributing to it. I think, like I said, they're having, their analytics is having them throw a little bit harder. They want them to throw hard pitches. And, also the pitch clock has a little bit of a contribution to that, because they have to pitch within a certain time frame. They have 20 seconds in between pitches. Cadiza, he's going to be out for the season. I mean, they'll probably put him on the 68-day IL, but he's out for the rest of the season. He's getting Tommy John. What's up, Carlos? But that's what we got. All right, last but not least, because I'm going to shut this stream down here momentarily. What are we doing for food, folks? What's for lunch? Unless if you're in another part of the world. What's for dinner? What's for breakfast? What do we got? Yeah, Griffin Canning took one step forward and exploded his Achilles. I don't get that, man. I really don't get that. Oh, probably Dorn. Right, exactly, old Sarge. Every pitch now is max effort for spin and velocity. Yeah, because that's another big thing that analytics is looking at, is the spin rate on a pitch. As I said, your arm, this motion that the pitchers have, that it's not normal, and that's putting a lot of strain on pitchers' arms. It is. And again, it's another one of these things of like, another one of the things I don't like about analytics. I like some things about analytics, but not everything. In some ways, it has ruined the game. Yeah, and this should be something that, that needs to be addressed by Major League Baseball. Is it going to get addressed? I don't think so. I really don't. I truly don't think it's going to get addressed. Yeah, well, I hear what you're saying, Sco, but honestly, the way the Yankees have been playing, like I honestly wouldn't be surprised, man. I really wouldn't be surprised. But what are we eating, folks? What are we going to eat? What are you hungry for? Are you just going to have snacks? What are we feeling? What's for food? What's for dinner? In the 90s, last decade of old school baseball, very few pitchers went down with TJS since location was prioritized over velocity. Yeah, 100%. Tommy John surgery was a rare surgery, right? Back in the day, it was a rare surgery because it wasn't something that uh, that occurred all the time. Now it's all the freaking time. It's all the time. It happens like clockwork, man. So it's predictable that you're going to see like 3 or 4 pitchers go down because of Tommy John. And Arclight 44 is in the building. What's up? He says, fire Mike Harkey. Yankees need modern bullpen coach that uses data and analytics to help out Matt Blake. Mike Harkey's old school approach, nothing coach. Listen, I'm all, like I said, I'm all for, for some analytics, but I don't think it should be the tell-all story. Pretty sure you were in your 20s. If you shot me in the head, I could walk it off. Yeah. Yeah, 95 to 96 was like throwing gas back then. No. Matt Blake is the pitching coach. 90. Yeah, if you were pitching 97 and 99 back then, and if you reached 100, that was just insanity back then. So now it's like you gotta pitch 97 and 99, pitch 100 to be like amazing. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just it's just concerning. With all these pitchers going down, man, it could potentially ruin a lot of careers. These guys, some guys might have to force to quit. And if they did, I wouldn't blame them. Old Sarge says, laying off the food today, still recovering. He who drinks a fifth on the fourth will have problems going fourth on the fifth. Oh, man. I appreciate you, Carlos. Thank you. Yeah, Beagle. I mean, I interviewed a bunch of former players on here. Shout out to to Nathan, who set up a lot of these interviews, and I've talked to a lot of these older players, and they hate it. They hate today's game. They really do. They hate today's game. They don't like the way today's game is with the pitch clock and the ghost runner and these guys getting hurt. It's just it's not they're really trying to change the game big time. The only thing that I'm favoring right now is the ABS system because these umpires are just absolutely terrible. Terrible. I cannot stand these umpires, and they're making it so easy for the ABS system to be implemented. I don't like changing the game. I don't like changing the originality of the game, but something like this is necessary. Sadly. And it pains me to say that. But that's one thing I wouldn't mind is the ABS system. That's one thing I'll be in favor of. Dude, the umps have been bad all season. Jake, that's up to you, man. I'm still going to tune in. I'm still going to watch games. Is it going to, we don't know how these games are going to turn out. It's not looking great right now, but one could only hope that things aren't going to always remain this way. But the Yankees are in a little bit, they're in some trouble right now. Things got a little, went from a little bad to a little worse. So they better be thinking of a game plan. They better be thinking of something. Ken Thal, what's up? Welcome. It's my first time seeing you. What is going on? He says, wait till Free comes down to earth or gets injured himself. Dude, that's one thing we don't need. What's up there, Mr. Cadil? How are you? No, I have not. There, Lore. I like Bellinger. I do like Bellinger. I do like Cody Bellinger. He has a player option after the season. Yeah, Nathaniel. We talked about that already, man. It sucks. It sucks. He was having a good season too. Yes, he had some rough outings, like I was saying, but it's been rough for him, or it's been good for him, should I say? Sorry. But yeah, these injuries have been just bad, man. And it's not just the Yankees. I know it seems like it's always the Yankees experiencing these these injuries, but it's not just the Yankees. This is happening all across baseball. Carlos says, I don't think it's time to panic. I'm not saying it's time to panic, but we got to be concerned. I'm definitely concerned. Every day, every year, man. Ken Thal says Mets losing a pitcher every day. Yeah, I mean, they're thin at pitching, but yeah, Yankees are thin at pitching right now too. And with the wild card format, you don't need to win your division with a 3-game elimination. If you can get healthy and hot, you can go all the way. Yeah, I mean, you always see those teams that get hot around August, September, and all of a sudden they ride the wave going into the postseason, and then they pull off these upsets. The trade deadline is too much of a. Well, I'll tell you what. With the trade deadline, I don't know if there's going to be what options are going to be available. I feel like it's going to be pretty limited because there's still some teams that are still in the race, right? Nathaniel, what I think they're going to do at the deadline, I don't know what they're going to do, right? Again, I don't have any connections with the New York Yankees. What I think they're going to do, they're definitely going to target the bullpen. They should go after 3 bullpen arms. Initially, I was saying 2, but I think 3 is the number now. They should go 3 bullpen arms. Do they acquire a starting pitcher? Maybe. But they absolutely need to get a righty bat for third base that can play good defense and that could also hit. Move Jazz back over to second because I don't like this guy playing second base or third base. David Bednar and 2 bullpen guys. Merrill Kelly's is a possibility. I want to, Merrill Kelly would be fine. He'd be a rental. If there's any bullpen arms, I want the Yankees to go after Jake Bird from the Rockies. That guy throws heat. They need somebody like that in the bullpen. The rentals, yeah. I mean, why not? If there's a reason to. But I don't, Yankees are. I don't know. Again, I don't know what their game plan is. Williams, Weaver, and Goldschmidt. They might. Well, I don't want to say they might. I wouldn't surprise if they. I wouldn't be surprised if those guys are still on the team. What do I think of Boone? Boone, to me, look, I'm not going to say he's a great manager, but he's not. I don't think he is the worst manager either. He's a good manager. Whatever team is given to him, he does the best with what he has. He's taken the team to the postseason, and I know that doesn't really mean much, taking a team to the postseason, but he's done some good things with the team. But I don't always agree with some of the decisions that he makes. Sometimes I do question his decisions. I will say that. Sometimes those decisions, it comes back to bite him. Yeah, but if you're trying to sell now and you're trying to get 4 to 6 really good prospects, then to me, Doran, that just that then we're just kind of giving up on the season. So we could just forget about 2025 and just and look. You said you don't mind. I mean, that's okay. I mean, I could respect that. I could respect that. But if that's the case, then we're don't throwing in the towel, and it's July 5th, and the towel is getting thrown. Yeah, they're trying to. I mean, yeah, they're trying to win this World Series with Judge. I mean, I don't know if they're going to sell any of the rentals that they have. What's up, Jared? Yeah, I mean the Yankees do have a lot of money coming off the books. What up, Ricardo? How's it going, man? They got a lot of money coming off the books next season and the season after that, right? So, what their game plan is during the offseason, I don't know. I know there's going to be a lot of fans asking the Yankees to go sign Kyle Tucker. Yeah, exactly. There's too many teams in the running, not enough players to go around. Yeah, you're right. Nice. Original popcorn with Himalayan pink salt. Beautiful. Trade deadline is going to be interesting. I mean, we'll find out and see who's going to be available, but there's still a lot of teams contending, and the Yankees are going to contend. The Yankees are going to contend. There's no way they're just going to cough up the season. Well, Ken Thal, if you listen to those guys and the first guy that you just mentioned, I mean, you can't take what those guys as being serious. Yeah, well, they're following the NFL concept, Do I think the Cubs will let go of Tucker? I mean, they'll probably try. The Cubs aren't. Yeah, there's going to be other teams trying to compete to sign Kyle Tucker. The Yankees will be in that conversation. Whether or not they sign him is that's the other question. But it's one thing. But they're definitely teams that are going to be in the running. So there's teams that could outbid the Cubs. The A's are going to Vegas when I forget what year it was, but it's gonna be a few years till they get to Vegas. They still got to get the stadium built and all that. I understand he's loved in Chicago, but I'm sure Kyle Tucker also loves money. I mean, Cohen he could absolutely outbid for sure. And maybe he goes to the Mets. There's going to be a lot of teams trying to bid for him. We already know that. He's going to get paid. He's going to get paid. He's going to get paid big time. So, but Old Sarge says, oh, 2028. Yeah, that's what I thought. A few years. I thought it was either 28 or 29. Yeah. Well, 360 million. You look at that contract now compared to what these other players are getting. That's a steal. By bit, it's still a lot of money. Old Sarge saying, I'm just ruining chaos at this point. The entire organizational philosophy is completely flawed. Maybe if the team crashes out and finishes sub 500, something will change. I mean, if they completely collapse like that, they go under 500, something needs to happen. What needs to happen? I don't know, but something needs to happen. Patrick, we already discussed it. I'm not going to discuss it any further, respectfully. I understand. Yeah, but they're also owned by a hedge fund. They're owned by Guggenheim. And that's a big deal. About mid-market. Yeah. But like I said, we'll have to, Yankees are not completely out of it, but they're not in the lead in the division. They're as of right now they have a wild card spot, but it's July 5th. There's still a long way to go. They got to get through this month, and then you got to see what they do in August. And I think once August is over and September comes around, then I think we'll see what this team is all about. So get through July, get through August, and then see what this team is all about. But we can't right now. They got to take it one game at a time, and see if they got to start winning, putting together some wins. It's as simple as that. So they're gonna make something happen here. Yeah, there, Mr. Cadil, but I don't see Hal selling the organization. I don't know. He's never publicly scolded Boone. I mean, he's always shown support for Boone. Yeah, I mean, they got to break out of this losing streak somehow, some way. But like I said, we'll see what happens when what this team will look like after August. So that's what I'm saying. There's a long way to go for baseball. There are plenty of games still to be played, but Yankees got to start putting together some wins right now. They can't keep playing like this. There should be a fire lit under these guys' butts. What's up, Dev? Yeah, like I said, the bats have been coming around, but they're falling short. It's just the bullpen as of late, they haven't been able to hold it down or protect the lead. but the bats have been showing life. That's the good news. Now they just they just need to continue that consistently, and hopefully the pitching can hold it down. Right? It seems like if it's one area of the team failing, the other area is doing great. They're never like in sync with each other. It's like if they could get in sync, man. I mean, this team could be better than what it is. Yeah, Roy. I mean, it happens. It happens. Brian Cashman will have to be like Houdini. Well, I think it's going to take more. I think he's going to have to be more than Houdini. Last couple of weeks, what there, Nathaniel? But the game is going to start in about an hour. So hopefully y'all get to tune in. Hopefully y'all get your snacks ready, your food ready. Yeah, for sure. When teams are in need of something, the other teams that are being asked, they're gonna ask for a king's ransom. So Rodon on the road across 9 starts, 5-2 on the road, 2.67 ERA over 54 innings. That's pretty good. Rodon has been better this season. Again, a few rough starts here and there. I mean, it happens, but he's been pretty good this season. Yeah, I mean, if the Dodgers win it all, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, we'll find out there, Christopher. We'll find out sooner rather than later. Yeah, you want to know my opinion there, Mr. Cadillo? I think he came back too early. He's supposed to be out 4 to 6 weeks. I know he had that PRP injection. He might have came back a little too early. Probably as we get closer to the trade deadline. I don't expect moves next week or during the All-Star break. Luke Weaver, Christopher. Tigers are inflated. Tigers have a good team. What they do to, do I see them winning a World Series? No, but crazier things have happened. Yeah, Mr. Cadillo, that's what I think. I think he came back too early. I was a little suspicious of that. Yeah, Tigers are good. Tigers have a great team, but they win the World Series. I mean, shoot, you never know. Surprises do happen. They'll make the postseason, no doubt about it. Yeah, the division's weak. I mean, the AL Central. I'm not trying to diss or anything, but it hasn't been a strong division in a while. And the AL compared to the NL is pretty weak for the most part. Oh, you're saying the Tigers make it to the World Series? It's a possibility. It's a possibility. But when postseason comes around, man, it's like anything is possible. Anything is possible. But if the Dodgers were to somehow win it, I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm looking at the poll again, and 58 votes, and we got a 50-50 split on the poll. Yeah, I know, Christopher, but hey, like I said, man, teams are going to get steamrolled. It happens. Even the good teams are going to get steamrolled. But it doesn't mean that they can't win the World Series, right? In this case, the Dodgers. Astros, you never count them out either. You're not wrong, Jake. You're not wrong. But anyway, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. I do appreciate you all. Oh, Susan came in the building. What's up, Susan? Brooklyn's in the house. Appreciate you coming in. I've been on for a little over an hour, but I do appreciate you all coming on and hanging out for the pregame. And I know we discussed plenty. So thank you all very, very much. Nah, it's okay, Susan. It happens. Thank you all very, very much. I do greatly appreciate it. So make sure you all hit the like button. All right. Hit that subscribe button. Share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. All right. Thank you all very much. And I hope to see you all for the play-by-play. Come hang out for the play-by-play. I will be calling the game here in about an hour. Thank you all very much. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it. I'll see you all for the play-by-play. Thank you all very much. And as always, let's go Yankees, and I'll see you all in less than an hour. Have a great Saturday, everyone.